welcome to another Chelsea chat. And last night Chelsea lost on penalties. Why there was penalties in a friendly game? Who knows? Only in America. Chelsea lost on penalties 5-3 after a 1-1 draw against a team called Charlotte FC that play in the MSL. Whilst these teams are no mugs, Chelsea should have beaten them. I watched the entire game. We had 55% possession. We weren't at our best. We made 10 changes at half time. It was both sides were a bit of a mix. Yeah, Mendy was the only constant. In the first half, we had Hudson-Odoi playing right wing back and Alonso left wing back. Reece James, Silva and Emerson playing as the centre backs. Yeah, I know, centre back Emerson back. He done all right though. And Cover and Jorginho in the middle with Pulisic and Ziyech just in front and Batshuayi up front. And to be honest, you know, we could have. The first half was a lot better for us because I suppose really we had more first teamers in the side, players that have played with each other, some out of position, but we were right. We looked all right. We looked decent. I don't know exactly. I didn't see the half-time stats, but we probably had 65% possession. And the second half, they were a lot better. They were quite physical. They got a break. I mean, if you watch the Chalobah handball, he's dived in for a block. It's one of them where his arm's up like that. I think it's a natural position. And the bloke's belted at him from about 3 feet. Now, how that is handball, I don't know. I was brought up in a time where deliberate handball was where you would stop a goal scoring opportunity or you bring it under control. Common sense handball, you bring it under control for your own advantage and it would be given against you, or a penalty would be given. But now, if it hits your hand, it's handball. Seems ridiculous to me. But anyway, 92nd minute, they got a penalty because of a handball like that. I'll show it to you so you can see it yourself. What I will say about a lot of those fans in Charlotte last night is that a lot of the women have got mouths like sex dolls. Look, don't you agree? We went ahead through Pulisic. It was a deflected goal, but he put it away okay. Should have scored. Same old Pulisic problem. Should have scored another couple. And yeah, Batshuayi had a first touch that you would have to train to get. I would imagine you'd have to try all different ways of not being able to bring a ball under control for the first time. But that's been Batshuayi's problem. He does know where the goal is. Not last night, obviously. Couldn't control a ball 9 times out of 10 if his life depended on it. So yeah, that was the side in the first half. We went in 1-0 up. Second half, Sterling got his run out, but we had a lot less experience on there, and really it showed. Second half we had Chalobah, Colwill, Kennedy. I thought Kennedy looked alright again last night at right back. I thought it might be worth keeping him and keeping him as cover just for Reece. And Chilwell at left wing back. In the middle we had Gallagher and Ampadu. Well, that was an experiment. For a start, they did all right though. They did okay. They looked like they'd never played together in midfield, but you'd expect that, wouldn't you? And let's face it, it's a pre-season friendly. Oh, in front of them, we had Mount and Sterling. They looked as if there's going to be a really good chemistry between them. They looked like they knew. There's one piece of play that I loved, a bit of interaction between the two. And up front we had Kai Havertz, who again should have scored, but it's a story, isn't it? That's a story of us. So Anyway, they got a fortuitous penalty. Mendy did have a couple of saves to make, to be honest, but so did their keeper. We ended up, as I said, with 55%. We had 17 shots, 9 on target. He made a couple of really decent saves. We had 91% pass success rate. Now, you can tell it's a pre-season friendly when Chelsea have got a 66.7% tackle rate and a 37.5% aerial duel one percentage. It just cries out pre-season. Now, I've only ever had one pre-season at a professional club because I was pony and trap, but and they kicked me out. I actually left, but yeah, it was one of them. It was, will I go or will I be pushed? But during that time, I saw a lot of things that I would never expect to see. I saw players like with slight injuries, but nothing, but more niggles. And the manager say to him, you know, do you want to get 45 minutes, or do you want to get 90 minutes, or do you want to get 60 minutes under your belt? And out they went. And if it was playing them up after 10 minutes, they'd come off and someone would come on. And so you had players out there in a pre-season friendly, some that were going 100%, particularly the young players, you know, like myself, who wanted to impress. But other players out there that were probably going 80%, 70%, some 50%, just to get a sweat on, get their muscles ready for sprints in a match situation. Because no matter how you try to train and how hard you train, you can't get that match fitness without playing matches. So that's basically what happens, and you could see that's what happened last night. And I expected that. Did no one else? You know, did the people not expect it? So today on social media, we've got an absolute cabbage fest. An absolute cabbage fest. There's cabbages coming out of the fruit and veg shop that we never knew we had. Conor Gallagher missed a penalty, and don't get me wrong, it was a poor penalty. As I always say, my old gran would have put that away, and she died in 1988. You know, it was awful. It was awful. He's a young lad. He'll learn from it. Next time, just whack it. He tried to do something. It's a pre-season friendly. He might have had a bet with one of his mates. I don't know. I've seen it happen before. He might have had a bet. I don't know. He probably didn't. I'm probably slagging him, but it was a poor... But you know what? During the 45 minutes he was on the pitch, I thought he played well. I rate him highly. So there's people today who want to get rid of Conor Gallagher because of the penalty miss. There's people today that want to buy Ronaldo and pay his 650 grand a week. Oh, sorry, he's prepared to take a 30% wage cut to get a move. All right, pays 460 grand a week for a player that can still score goals, yeah, but doesn't contribute anything else to the team. And Tuchel's also got a way up. If he decides to make a signing like that, what effect would saying to Ronaldo, you ain't got to run around, just stand up there, and if you get a chance, have a shot. What's that going to do on the work ethic of the rest of the team? I don't think some of these cabbages can put two thoughts together, you know? They probably can't. So again, I don't blame them. You have to play your game of cards with the deck that you get dealt, don't you? And so I shouldn't slag them. I shouldn't interact with them really. I should just let them fizzle into the ether. But when you support a club, and I mean support a club, and you love that club, sometimes when, like Mason Mount's getting slagged today. Mason Mount is getting slagged. Someone said Werner and Mount should be out the club. Now, what Mount did, well, I'll tell you what he did, because he'd done another tweet about it. Mount missed a free kick. Sterling got brought down on the edge of the area. Mount took the free kick and he skied it. You know. Now, what are we going to do? Ronaldo, we sign him. Have your massive wages, upset the dressing room with your wages and your ego, and but make sure you put them free kicks. Oh, he's missed a free kick. Because I've seen Ronaldo miss free kicks. What are we going to do? Get him out. Get him out. Mount, Gallagher, Ronaldo, get him out. These people, I don't know. What's wrong with them? I'd love to know what is wrong with them. They are not wired up right. They are not wired up right. And I'm sorry for calling them cabbages, and they are entitled to their views. They are entitled to their views. But don't put it under the heading of support. Don't put it under the heading of the support. It's... Oh... And Tuchel don't know what he's doing because of selling Brozier. Tuchel has gone on film and said, I don't want Brozier to leave. Actually gone on film. You can see his lips move and everything. I don't want Brozier to leave. Now, if Brozier wants to leave so much that he's prepared to put in a transfer request, prepared not to train and all the other histrionics that these divas sometimes, and I'm not saying that Brozier's a diva, I'm just saying that you know what these divas sometimes do to get a move, then let him go. Tuchel can't do much more than say to him, I will try to give you minutes, I want you to stay at the club. And like I was looking at his stats, he scored 9 goals and 1 assist in I think it was 31 games for Southampton. Let me check that I'm right. Yeah, he got 9 goals and 1 assist in 31 games, which is comparable with Harry Kane's 2002-14 first season at Tottenham, when he got 3 goals in 10 games with 4 extra games as sub. He got 3 goals. So I'm not saying that Brozier's another Harry Kane, but he could be. He could be. And a lot of his attributes, I think, are similar to Kane's. And Tuchel, for all the FIFA managers out there, for all the cabbages out there, for all those people who are so qualified that they and have won the Champions League in their heads and know better than Tuchel, Tuchel must be able to see that and must think, I want to incorporate this lad somehow. But then Brozier gets injured, has to travel back to London because the Chelsea doctors want to check him over. And West Ham put in a bid. And so Tuchel should know better. Tuchel should hold on to him. Tuchel should do... The people that have left, Lamptey, Lampard really wanted him to stay. Chelsea offered him a contract that was better paid than what Brighton offered him, and he chose to leave because he wanted minutes. And fair play to the lad. Livramento, they didn't want him to go. They offered him a contract extension with higher wages than he would get at Southampton. He wanted to go to get minutes. Tomori, we asked him to stay. He wanted to go. Marghihi went to Crystal Palace. Same thing. What do these supporters want the management to do? Do they want them to handcuff these people and whip them like galleon slaves to stay at the club? What do they want them to do? Do you want unhappy players about, whether it's in the development squad or the first team or wherever? What do you do? We haven't got to manage that on a daily basis. Tuchel has. Lampard had to. Mourinho had to before that. They don't sell these players for... Mourinho didn't want to sell De Bruyne, apparently. De Bruyne had to go, wanted to go and said, I'll put in a transfer request. What do these people want of these managers? Now, as I've said before, we either trust the manager or we don't. Last night wasn't great. It wasn't a great watch. It looked like a pre-season friendly. And you know why? There's a good reason for that. Because it was a pre-season friendly. We got players playing at different levels for different reasons and just getting some minutes into their legs. So please, please let us take it for what it was. I'm not going to score the players. I can't be bothered today. I can't be bothered. I'm worn out reading Cabbagery. I'm worn out reading Cabbagery. I should come and do another one of these after the Arsenal game, and I promise not to read social media beforehand, and you'll get a proper report from me. Last night, disappointments for me. Hudson-Odoi, yes, he's not a right wing back, but what is he? Because even as a winger, his last ball is often very disappointing. And last night he followed on the same sort of theme. Malang Sarr didn't actually have a bad game, although you know I don't rate him as a Chelsea player. He didn't actually have a bad game, so I can't slate him. Alonso didn't do an awful lot really. Looks like a player that don't want to be there. Other than that, Ziyech proved what the stats say, that he couldn't hit a barn door with a tractor, and Pulisic and Havertz had chances they should have put away. Tell us something we don't know. I sound like a record stuck on repeat, you know. And of course the manager can see this. Sterling, though, I tell you what, Sterling looked the business. But we knew he was a business anyway, didn't we? I know a few of you out there don't like him as a player, but he's going to be a great player for Chelsea. And that's a sort of quality player that we want to bring in. We want to bring in their prime, probably 26, 27, and that's what we're aiming for. If he's a City reject, like some people say out there, good, let's have some more. They got any more rejects, we'll have them. Yeah, we'll have... Oh, De Bruyne wants to go, he's a City reject. Yeah, get him in the side. You know, it's one of them, isn't it? He was absolutely... He looked what he was. He looked like he was in pre-season friendly, just getting the minutes in the legs again, but a class above. And as I say, him and Mount looked like there's going to be a real chemistry there. We've got to start putting the ball in the back of the net. Is it Diabla who's at Juventus? I'm probably saying it wrong, but he looks, Diabla, he looks like he might be wanting to leave there, and we look like we might be in for him. So fingers crossed. Probably just what we need. The lad can finish. And Koundé looks like it's going to go over the line. You know my reservations with Koundé. Not proven in the Premiership. 5'10", 70 kilos. We'll see how he gets on. I hope I'm wrong. I shall support him and sing his name. And I won't get on his back even if he takes a period of time to settle in. I'm not sure that's going to be the same. Not sure that's going to be the same for the fruit and veg bunch. But, and the same with Colwell. Colwell came on and got some minutes last night. But I was thinking, you know, we're all saying, keep these young players, introduce them into the side. And then I read, get rid of Gallagher. He's missed a penalty. He's not good enough for Chelsea. Oh, dearie me. Doesn't it get you down? Don't you worry for mankind, not just our support base. Anyway, that's me. Please subscribe to the channel if you want to see an old man moan, and or if you want to see some genuine support for a football club. Please subscribe to the channel. Please throw the video a like. I'm sorry if it's been a moan, but it's the way I feel. Okay, thanks for watching. Please throw the video a like. Thank you, you guys and girls in blue, for watching these. I really appreciate it. And let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you thought about the game. Let me know what you think we need, and let me know if you think Tuchel would have noticed these things as well. Okay, thanks for watching. Speak to you after Arsenal. Up to Chelsea.